Another amazing week of Lego creation. Is incredible the amount of mocks that are online this week. A lot of amazing stuff. Remember that all the builders and the articles mentioned in this video will be linked in the description down below for you to go and check them out. Welcome to a new episode of This Week in Bricks. Instagram section first, as usual. We have Mr. Maxwell, Max Davidson, Lego designer. We feature him already many times on the channel. He has a nice little build here. Together with CMOX is starting a new monthly challenge for the month of August, which is going to be Frogust, where we have to build some nice little frogs. There's already a few popping out in the community, and this is the build he made. Very fun, actually. It has 3 parts build with this frog that is eating something over here. Amazing build as always, and amazing parts usage as well. Then we move on to Bricktacular builds, and we were talking about frogs. This is a red eye 3 frogs. Amazing build. I love the pose, I love the color. And funny enough, this was not made for the challenge, even though they happen to be out around the same time. Amazing build as well. Then we move on to Dera 0503. We feature him many times with many amazing builds in the last year. If you remember, last year there was an amazing tiger that he has reworked to make it look even better. So he has a few updates on his tiger that I think he has a little bit better posability. It was already amazing before, and he also has a nice comparison with the updates from 2024 to 2025. And be ready, because here there's a work in progress also of a new mock. So this is something amazing. I never thought about using those. I don't know if they're Dino Jaws pieces. I think this is something that we're gonna need to look for. I guess it's gonna be a peacock or some type of bird. So very cool. Then we have the Lego Dark Knight from Lego Masters. Another cool build we featured in before. We have another creature here. This is sort of mythological Greek serpent. Very nice. I love the colors. I love this S curve. Very nice job also with the teeth, the mouth. Amazing build. Keep an eye out here. Is a very good profile to follow. Then we have cathedralofbricks that we feature, I think last week on the channel or in the past 2 weeks. This time, instead of a castle, he has an amazing sail, an amazing ship. Very well done. There's a lot of very cool details with sails and rigging. I really like the back part of the ship. Is very well done with a lot of interesting gold insert. And I really like also the way that he did the water with all these brick build water, as well as some additional pieces to make that foam effect of the water moving around the ship. Then we have Dead's Brick, and we were talking about ship. Here we have a very smaller one, which is a micro scale version of the One Piece Going Merry. We have a lot of very good set coming out for One Piece, and this is an amazing and instantly recognizable micro scale version of the Going Merry. Then from a small build we move to a massive one. Here we have Riccardo Zangelmi, which is an Italian Lego certified professional. So he specializes all these big display builds, and he built this amazing Vespa that is I guess life-size scale of the one that we saw as a Lego set probably 2-3 years ago. I have that set. It was very fun to build. Then we have Dewback Bricks, another amazing builder that we featured before on the channel. He has this beautiful red gate, which is based on the Studio Ghibli Spirited Away. We feature a few of these Studio Ghibli builds recently, very popular, and this build is of course very well executed. Then we have Ben Brickson, another participant of Lego Master. We are talking different countries, different seasons here. With this amazing build. This is a sort of system-based build based on the world of Bionicle. So if you're a fan of Bionicle, you have to check it out. We'll talk a little bit more about this build later on in the YouTube section. Now let's talk Star Wars. We have Jürgen Widner, amazing builder, featured him already many times. He has this amazing pirate Snub fighter mock. There's so many interesting curves and angles and textures in this build. I highly recommend you to go and check it out. There's a lot of photos, so you can check out all the details. Even the interior of this fighter is very good, so I recommend you to go and check it out. is a master of his craft. Now, an amazing build over here that I discovered this week. I just started to follow this builder G528, also from Lego Master. Is the winner of Lego Master China Season 1 with this amazing build. And the most amazing thing is that this is not a build. We are talking here about Captain Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's not just a build that he made, but it's an altering model with the parts from the T-Rex, which I think makes this even more crazy and interesting. How can you turn such a different thing into this with this level of details is really, really cool. This was exhibited recently at the China AFol Festival. Very, very cool build. Then we have T86 with Bricklag. We featured him already a few times in the past few weeks. With a bigger build this time, we have Lindon, based on the Lord of the Rings world, the Rings of Power. Amazing big build. I think in the next few weeks we might see some more close-up picture of this one. Very, very good build. Then we have Paulvillemocs. This time we are talking food, and we have a beautiful build with these dumplings and egg roll. I really like all the brick build sauce, and the dumpling in particular, I think they look really, really good. This is a very good build, and I'm gonna stop here the section of the mocks from Instagram. There was a lot more, but I don't have time to feature everybody, so I had to cut a little bit for this video. Now let's move on into the article section. Later we have more mocks in the contest section. So this is the mock of the week on Tips and Bricks. Medium figures by Sleepydonnychen. I didn't realize this, even though I follow him online. I didn't realize he made all these medium scale figures that are really, really cool. So something in between the regular minifigure and the upscale figure that Lego has been doing recently. And did a lot of different versions of different popular characters and minifigure. Very, very, very good. Of course, he's a amazing builder that you must go and check it out. Is the fine designer behind the Grand Piano, for example, and you know that Golden Dragon that we featured already multiple times. Then we have a technique analysis of the shiny Gyarados by ZaneBuilds. We featured this builder before, and this is a stunning build. Many pictures and video about this mock has been going out recently. It's really, really an amazing Pokemon build, and we have a lot of behind the scene here with all the building techniques. Of course, go and check out the builder profile as well. Now, let's move on to New Elementary. A lot of reviews as usual. This week we have a beautiful review about all the One Piece set posted by Thomas Jenkins. There's a lot of very interesting parts coming on with this One Piece waves of set. A lot of accessories in particular, so heads, swords, hairpiece, a lot of all these things, plus some interestingly color. The part that I'm most interested in is this new snail piece in Nougat. There's a lot of possibility of different connection with this part that I think will be really fun and very useful for different things in the mock community. So hopefully we will get a little bit more of those snails coming out soon. Then let's move on to the Brothers Brick. A very interesting feature over here is this Middle-earth meeting Cyberpunk. So this was done for the Middle-earth Olympics, I think, the Melo. Is a build by Grand Decker. Very, very cool. So this is a cyberpunk version of Minas Tirith. This I skip a little bit from under my radar. I really, really love it. Very colorful, very interesting, and you can still recognize what is representing. Very, very cool. Then another cool feature is this ebook wrote by Exe Sandbox. There's a free ebook that you go and check out. There's a link over here about different techniques of building water. So very, very interesting. I personally love to use different techniques for water. I did in many of my mocks in the past. So this is definitely very interesting. Go and check it out. On Brick Nerd, we are talking about Pokemon. So this is a guest article by Wolin that has some minifig scale Pokemon. Very, very interesting builds. It will be perfect timing also because we're going to have Pokemon in Lego next year. So I'm very interested to see what the community come up with it, and also what the Lego group come out and what set they're going to be coming for this Pokemon world. Another interesting article, at least interesting for me, might not affect everybody, is talking about how to move your Lego collection. This is wrote by Kate Reed. I haven't personally moved my Lego collection yet, because when I did previous moving, I didn't have a big collection yet, but this is quite interesting because everyone at some point in their life will have to make a move, and now the collection of sets and parts is becoming quite sizable. So I think this is something that is quite interesting to know. If one day I have to move, then I will have to think also about how to move my collection, and here we are talking about a regular move and also about international moving. Now let's move to the contest section. We have the result of the last round, the past round of the Iron Builder. Here we have the 3 judges and all their wording or how they did their judging, and here is the result, with Jonah ended up winning 2-1 against Loic. It was pretty close. If I was the judge, it would be very difficult to decide who would be the winner. I thought initially Loic had a little bit of advantage. Maybe in the second part, Jonah came up and leveled up the field, and he ended up winning. But anyway, every judge, of course, have a slightly different point of view. Anyway, this was a very balanced challenge. Both builders did amazingly well. Now, let's move into the Rebel Luck page because the Vignweek has started. So the builders are challenged to build 6 vignettes in 7 days, every day a new prompt. The size is between 16 by 16 and 32 by 32. I'm just gonna highlight some of my favorite. The first day prompt was Archaeology, so we have some very cool Archaeology build. The first one is by Carson Lacy, the Amazon Temple. Very, very good choice of colors. I really like this one. Then we have another fun one by Grand Acre. We just featured him a few minutes ago with this Mammoth Discovery. Very, very fun build. Then we have Behold the Loaf, another build that we featured in past weeks with the Refuel Ruins. So here we are talking a little bit more of archaeology seen from a future timeline. Then we have another jungle build, Jungle Discovery by Green Arch. Very, very good. Also nice choice of colors over here and very interesting parts usage as well. Then we have this one, which is a little bit on 2 levels with some jungle setting and some underground underneath. The builder is Demali, and I really like this build. Nice contrast between 2 levels and very well done, and with a lot of light coming in the part underneath that is not so easy to achieve. Sometimes when you build something underneath, it can be a little bit dark. So very well done here. We have another one that I really like. This is by Exe Bricks, I hope I pronounced that correctly, which is an excavation of the ancient city of Cartagena. I would call it Cartagena or Cartagen, I don't know. Cartagine, there are many languages, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it correctly. Anyway, very, very nice texture over here on these 2-3 different levels. Very, very well done. A lot of little bits and accessory all throughout these ruins. Very, very well done. Then second day was monochromatic. So this is very challenging because it's very difficult to build something using just one color. We're not talking about shades like they did in the past, but one single color. So some clever solutions are, for example, this one by CRCT Productions that went for light gray, creating some sort of sci-fi station. So I think that was a smart choice. We can see some interesting angles, techniques, and gribblings. Very well done. Another smart choice was to go with white. Here we have ancient Lego bricks that feature all these ancient sort of builds. I saw a lot of his work in the past, and this is the Pergamon altar. A very smart choice to go with this type of architecture and all in white. We also seen a few builders playing around a little bit with the lights. So they build with one color, but then based on where the lights coming from, it looked like a little bit different shades. So there was a few of those quite interesting. And another interesting one is this one by Building After Dark, which is a Geonosis build. And the interesting fact here is that everything is built with sand red. That is a very rare color, also quite expensive and difficult to find on Bricklink. And I think the effect turned out really well considering the limited part selection that you have in this column. Another fun one, also in white, is by Sirdarian with the lighthouse in the clouds. I think this one is also executed very well, some interesting parts usage, and I think it works quite well. Of course, check out the Discord page. I will link down below to see all the result of the day by day, the top 3 of each day, and all the new prompts. You can also follow on Instagram. The third day prompt was nautical. In the next episode, I will highlight again some of my favorites, not necessarily the winners, but just for my own taste. Now, quickly, let's finish up with the YouTube section. We have, again, Ben Cossi with an interesting video about that build, the big, huge diorama, Bionicle diorama that we mentioned at the beginning of the video. You have a nice long video that break down all the different sections of the build with close-up picture. So if that was something that interests you, go and check out this video for sure. Then we have Earth Bricks. We were talking about him last week with the final build for the Melo contest, and here we have the video breakdown of this last build for the Middle Earth Olympics. I was quite surprised that actually he didn't win. I mean, he got the second place. It was a nice challenge, two good builders, but I really like this build and all the builds that he made throughout the competition. Very high level. Go and check it out. Then we have ABrickDreamer. We featured him already a few times. He have a very interesting video here, building a Lego dealership. Very fun. Go and check it out. So that could be something that you can add up to your Lego city. I think there's instructions available as well. To close up the section, we have Cheesy Studios, a lot of very cool stuff on his channel, of course. And here he has a little dive into Lego Paradisa, that is an old Lego team. And I always like when we go a little bit to see a little bit of backstories about these past teams. Very well done. On my channel this week, I posted expanded Lego minifigure habitat. So if you are a beginner builder, you can see how I turn two simple minifigure habitat into one bigger and cohesive vignette. So go and check it out with the monster, the Frankenstein, and the crazy scientist minifigure. I also have the behind the scene vlog for my members. And of course, if you like my videos, please consider to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, or go and check out one of the previous episodes of This Week in Bricks. Here you have the full playlist and the link to the latest episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao.